Yo, what is up, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Sorry, I'm a bit jittery because I've had too much coffee. But let's talk about the future of Resident Evil. So for the last couple years, we've gotten Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil Village, and Resident Evil 4 Remake. All great games. I love these games. As far as I do love these games, we haven't had an original title with an OG character since Revelations 2, I believe. If I'm completely wrong, just tell me down in the comments. But I believe it's Revelations 2. I don't necessarily count the remakes because those aren't necessarily original games. Those are a remake of games that already exist. So what I think of Resident Evil's future and who should be its main character. If it's not Jill Valentine, who I 100% agree that she needs a main game finally, I think it should be Rebecca Chambers. She hasn't necessarily had a mainline game since Resident Evil 0, which is back in the GameCube days, to put in perspective. That is a really long time. You know, you can say Jill's mainline game canonically was Revelations, where she was the main character in, but at least she had something. At least she had the remake. You know, I think there's high potential of Rebecca Chambers getting like her own story of what she went through after the Raccoon City incident. You know, after the incident, she became an advisor for the BSAA. All this is documented, I believe, in Vendetta, if I'm correct. I'm not sure if it was in Vendetta. So sometime after the Raccoon City destruction, she basically continued her university education in the field of virology, which explains her knowledge for the virus in Vendetta. So she wanted to help her more combat experienced friends, and it's why she took the course. Then sometime after that, she was invited by Chris Redfield to join the BSAA as a consultant, something she would accept during the time. So fast forwarding 2010, the Philosophy University incident happens, and 4 years after that, we get Vendetta. And again, the year later after that is where Death Island takes place. So her timeline as we know it is pretty broken. There's a lot of time gaps in between her, which I think it would fit a Resident Evil RE engine type of game to be in between. So there's a lot of time gaps in between, which I think would fit nicely for an RE engine Rebecca Chambers game. And you guys always got to remember that I think this will be a perfect time to bring back survival horror, because Rebecca isn't that combat trained to be dealing with creatures like this, to be dealing with BOWs. Granted, she's more experienced than Ethan, but nothing like Chris or Leon or Jill or Claire. But I think the future should explore her a bit. Not a lot of people talk about her because of her current popularity. There's always a character that will outshine her, unfortunately, which is probably why we're not getting a lot of her. Because why bring around Rebecca if you could just bring back Leon, Chris, Jill, you know, whoever was more like recognizable to the audience, you know, especially after Resident Evil 0, which a lot of people disliked. But this is all for funsies. Whatever Capcom does, I'm pretty sure it's going to be absolutely amazing. But I'd love to see another game with Rebecca in it, because if there's anyone that kind of needs a return the most, I think it's Rebecca, right next to Jill when it comes to mainline entry Resident Evil titles. You know, it's Jill and then Rebecca right under her. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think we should get a new spin-off series with Rebecca in her, or just include her in a mainline series? Or do you think we should get like a new character entirely, or whatever it may be? Tell me all of your opinions down in the comments. But as always, I want everyone to have an amazing day. Be safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you guys in the next time. And until then, peace.